I know it's been a while since I've posted something again, but here, as you can see in front of me, there's a lot to talk about. So what I'd like to do is to finish up the series that I was doing on the Dior private collection. Then I want to talk about this guy right here. Let's just spray a spray of Sauvage just for this video. I know you can't smell it, but here I sprayed like 3 sprays. Maybe, did I spray 4? It smells so nice. So we'll talk about that. And I want to keep this fairly short because I'd like to get on to some other exciting stuff, and I don't want you to be bored. As you can see, yeah, there's a lot of stuff right here. I've got samples from Andy Tower to talk about. I've got perfume court samples. I've got all sorts of stuff. I've got some fragrance comparisons to do, and you'll see what that is. Now, what I'd like to start out with is I want to talk to you about that there are 4 additional fragrances to the Collection Precieux, and I mentioned this in a previous video, but these are intended to augment the collection. So I'm going to talk about all of them in general, and then one by one. The new Collection Precieux Christian Dior Les Elixirs Precieux is a collection of 4 luxurious fragrances inspired by the storied tradition of Dior perfumes. Each of the scents in the collection, oud, amber, rose, and musk, is inspired by a precious raw material and housed in a luxurious glass flacon. These unique fragrances are designed to be paired with a fragrance from Dior's La Collection Precieux series, which includes 12 exquisite creations inspired by the heritage of the House of Dior. François Demachy created daring combinations that reinvent the fragrances and celebrate the unexpected encounter of contrasting notes. The Elixir Oud brings an aura of mystery and a touch of opulence to the Chypre harmony of Gris Montaigne. Apply the oil and drops onto pulse points such as the neck, inside of the wrists, and there's a word that I don't know. Décolleté? I don't know French. I'm gonna have to look that one up. So, highly concentrated, each elixir boasts a rich composition of noble raw materials rigorously selected by François Demachy. There's one problem. You're not going to find, and at least I definitely did not find, samples of these 4, and I won't be getting a hold of them, at least as far as I know, anytime soon. And there's a reason for that. The samples aren't out there even from Dior, but also they cost $300 US dollars for 1/10 of an ounce. That's $300 for less than 3 milliliters. Yeah, that's like the price of oud. That's like the price of gold. So let's talk about each one briefly. Oud, the oud elixir is meant to be paired with Gris Montaigne, and Gris Montaigne is a Chypre fragrance. And in case you do not know, I will read briefly that Chypre fragrances are sophisticated, classic, powdery. This family takes its name from the French for Cyprus, birthplace of Aphrodite, the mythical goddess of love, beauty, and pleasure. By the way, I like this write-up, and I got it from the Penhaligon's website. Very nicely written. Okay, continuing. Inherently warm and dry, Chypre is the most refined of the scent family. Our preferred ingredients evoke a spectrum that encompasses sweet woods, elegant oak moss, jasmine, and musks. Chypre is akin to a lady of uncommon beauty and attraction, yet of unguessable vintage. So I thought that was a nice description of Chypre by Penhaligon's. And so oud, imagine oud with Gris Montaigne, which is Chypre fragrance. And I think the idea is that you layer these or you wear them together. And I think that's what a creative idea. I wish that there was more exploration like that. In fact, in the future, I may be doing some videos where I talk about combining fragrances, which should be interesting. So, continuing, the Rose elixir is to be paired with Bois d'Argent. And Bois d'Argent is a fragrance based around iris. The musk elixir is supposed to be paired with Granville, which is a very green, almost neroli-like, though I don't believe it has neroli in it. Citrus, green, herb, spice, and wood. So that's musk with Granville. And then the fourth one, Ombre, is to be paired with New Look 1947, which is a floral and vanilla fragrance. So that's really all I have to say about this, because I don't know much more, and they're kind of too expensive to at least consider buying any of them. Wait, I thought I heard an email. Oh no. I accidentally purchased them. How many did I purchase? I think I purchased all of them. What's 300 times 4? 1,200? I'm just kidding, guys. No, I didn't buy any of them. So I just thought you'd get a kick out of that. Anyway, all right. So now, moving on, let's talk about Sauvage. You know, oh, before we continue, I have this really cool La Collection Privée booklet. I actually got this in a Saks Fifth Ave. It might be in this book or it might not be, but I was told, and it might be in here, that Christian Dior used to use patchouli for packing. I want to show you this book, if I can. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it really is a cool little book, and I'm hoping I'm getting this in the frame. So there's always something new happening. I like it when I see the kind of creativity that is in this collection. It wouldn't surprise me if something else creative happens. That's just how Dior seems to be. But let's go ahead and talk about Sauvage. One of the things that I love so much about the House of Dior is that everything is so well blended. Just making fragrances myself, I've come to appreciate how much of an art as well as a science making fragrances is. It is a very high skill art, and our sense of smell tends to be less developed than our other senses. We're not as developed in our sense of smell. It really does take practice and skill and to do this, and Dior, the House of Dior, certainly has had years to do this. And so with that said, Sauvage is a update basically on the old Eau Sauvage. Completely different bottle. The old bottle looked like a flask. This is round. I believe the liquid is, it might be a light blue, but it's hard to tell. I'd have to spray it out of there. But the bottle is kind of a gray blue, and it fades to almost clear. They've given this a new modern look, which fits the fragrance. I would compare only somewhat this fragrance to Bleu de Chanel by Chanel. It has that kind of a fresh vibe. However, it's not, this does not have the aldehyde top notes like Bleu de Chanel. Aldehydes give that kind of a waxy, potent kind of a waxiness. So let's talk about this a little bit more. Sauvage is a radically fresh composition with a powerful name that speaks for itself. That was the way Francois Demichet, Dior perfume creator, wanted it. Raw and noble all at once. Natural ingredients, selected with extreme care, prevail in excessive doses. Radiant top notes burst with the juicy freshness of bergamot. Ambroxan, derived from precious ambergris, unleashes a powerfully woody trail. Sauvage is an act of creation inspired by wide open spaces. An ozone blue sky sprawled above a rocky landscape, white hot beneath the desert sun. And a quote by the perfumer: "To create Sauvage, I used man as my starting point, a strong and unmistakable masculinity, like the image of a man who transcends time and fashion." So what do we have here? Top notes: black pepper, Calabrian bergamot. Heart or center notes, middle notes: geranium, lavender, Sichuan pepper, elemi, pink pepper, vetiver, and patchouli. If you're not familiar with elemi, it is a spicy, somewhat citrusy, lime-like note, and it really adds to the spiciness of this fragrance. And then in the base notes: cedar, labdanum, and ambroxan. I want to also say that I'm going to start rating fragrances. I'm going to start with a subjective rating. The concept of rating based on longevity and projection, I don't know. Are those important? Sure. Are they the most important things always? Definitely not. I've smelled fragrances that are frankly quite weak, and yet that gentleness is powerful. And I've also smelled very potent and long-lasting fragrances that frankly I don't like so much. So it really depends. Anyway, I think that what I'm going to do is give an overall rating for now. I may change my mind later, but I'm going to give, out of 10, I've got to give it a 10. I can't go any lower than a 10. I don't see any reason to go lower than a 10. It's we've got a beautiful package, a beautiful fragrance. I don't think you can't go wrong with it. There's nothing that I don't like about it. This would be nice to it's even nice. It would be nice as a room freshener, or maybe I'll spray some in my essential oil diffuser over there and see if I can diffuse some of it. There's lots that you can do with fragrance, and so I'm just getting started with all that on this channel, to be honest. I will be talking about my own fragrance creations very soon, and I think I have some good ones, and I will be working on making those available for you to check out yourself. But meanwhile, tell me what you think about all this content. Do you like what you see? What else do you want to see? What don't you want to see? And subscribe, hit the like button. I want you to be happy with this channel. I'm going to be changing things up a bit. It's going to be a little bit different in the near future. This will really wrap up the series that I've done on Dior, and we're going to move away from Dior for now and take a look at some other stuff. That's it for now. So please share this video, comment below, tell me what you think, and I'll see you in the next video.